All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another DC Worlds Collide video. This is Mr. Squirrel. As always, glad to have you here. Wanted to bring this up because the devs have responded. Now, I said I wasn't going to make another video on this. What I meant by that is I wasn't going to make any more videos complaining. I made my feedback known, and we're not going to talk about it anymore. It is out there in the ether. We're moving on. Devs can do with that information what they will. I do appreciate, though, they did respond very fast. Now, I want to acknowledge that someone on the Discord said this really well. They said they can either hear us or they can listen to us. Hearing means that I'm talking to you and your ear, the sound is going in your ear, but nothing happens from it. Listening means that you're talking and that noise is then reciprocated and there's something is done with that information. So I will say in the first paragraph, they are acknowledging, I already read this letter a couple times. I'm just going to kind of summarize what they said. In the first paragraph, they acknowledge that there are exploiters. Those exploiters are not going to be, they had their rewards revoked and they are not getting a shout out. Fair enough. Great. The next thing they talk about is that they were trying to design something to be very difficult. In the second paragraph, they pretty much in this last sentence, in doing so, we may have pushed too hard. I think that's a little bit of an understatement, but you know what? You acknowledged. 100% agree with you. Thank you for acknowledging, devs. The right thing to do. We're actively reading player feedback on Fatal Exception and wanted to know we are actively reading player feedback on Fatal Exception and wanted to know we hear you and wanted you to, I'm just going to put it, sorry, it's weirdly worded. They're saying that they hear us is the point. This feedback is being circulated around across our org, will empower future event designs, be it new iterations of Fatal Exception and other events entirely. I'm going to say this again. If they just got rid of, scale down the power a little bit and get rid of the, one of my characters dies every round, you're good to go. And if I can't get that far in it, then I can't get that far in it. That's on me. But just outright killing one of my characters, meh. But that's not about, it's neither here nor there. I've already gone over it. They acknowledge it. That's good. That's good. We like to hear these things. Well, I'm talking like I'm plural here, but this is a good sign. And I appreciate them for doing this. I just want to say that. I think this is good. They also, we'll go over the news a little bit right now. I didn't go over it last night because I was frustrated. I just want to tell everyone, I took a break from the game for a little bit. I needed to recenter, and not let the negativity like sit in my head, let the negativity go. And then I'm like, great, we're back. I'm feeling good again. And so, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not touching that event anymore because it makes me not happy. So I don't touch it. I'm just, and I'm happy and I'm enjoying it. I got a summon for Vigilante last night. I was originally not going to summon for him. And then I was like, you know what? I've mentioned, if you watch that video, my channel has become monetized. I will make another video about it later. But my goal in content creation is I'm not summoning to just wail for the sake of wailing. I want to give my viewers, you guys, good content and whether or not you should summon for characters. And it's important to me. It's important that you can kind of see whether or not you want to play, summon for a character or not, rather than me just say, don't do it. Part of the reason I had to be so, I've always been very cautious is because I wasn't making money and it was just, all of this was coming out of my pocket. So I was playing very carefully, and now I can play a little bit more and like, okay, let's summon. I'm not going to go crazy whale mode, but I can summon a little bit more and I can get more characters, and I can, we can ascertain whether or not these characters are worth pulling for dolphins and free to plays, right? Okay. It's neither here nor there, but I just wanted to give that context. This is good. This is very, very good. Now, what will determine whether or not There's two things. I really think we need to be compensated for this event not being tuned properly. If we'll see what they do from this point on, but if they do that, and maybe not crazy compensation, but some level of compensation for the players, because yeah, but this is good, and they're saying they're hearing us and that it's circulating. Good on you, devs. Okay, let's go over a few other things. They heard us. The screwdriver helmet is out. I wouldn't. I think this thing is okay. I mean, does it give a permanent sack of fragile? Yeah, I might actually summon for this a little bit. I might like go for like one or two and put it on the main tank on the team that I'm gonna run my anti-heroes on because that fragile is very nice. One character I'm actually contemplating putting this on is Bride. I think Bride could be really interesting with this thing on, but like a slow Bride could be really cool with this, but we'll see. Um, and then finally, let's go over the patch notes. I briefly went over them. I was not in the headspace to go over them last night. So, they are making League. They're giving us League difficulties to 7 and 8, which is cool. Makes League more challenging. Um, so changing the Steppenwolf fight to remove the revive tag and requires them to be replaced with the new dampen requirements. I think what they're doing here is they're going to use the tag from the previous season. I don't know how much I think this will become better as the game goes on because these categories will have more characters to them. I think right now, devs, my feedback would be I think make these a little bit more general so people don't feel like they need to wail for the character or just try to get all the characters. I think maybe adding like one or two categories might be helpful because this is I think this is an okay requirement when maybe we have there's more than three characters per category or a tag because dampen's really new. So I know what because it's like the previous season, then you're making it this season. Like next season will be the anti-heroes or fragile or whatever it is, and you're just gonna. I get it. I just think we don't have the rosters yet for this, so this will be good in like 6 months. In 6 months, do it however you want. I just think right now it's too early. That's my only point with that point. Levelable frames are now available in both League, Challenge, and Crisis Watch. Show off your wins with the new exclusive frames. Only available to players who reach the top ranks of the mode. Okay, great. Diamonds. This is a discount. I talked about it yesterday. This is working now. They reorganized. Yep. Daily real-time surveillance record guide now. New sessions. Crisis Watch signals for getting characters to badge level 30. Real-time. Oh, okay. There's more of the guide things. Legendary Guarantee progress trackers are now surfaced in recruitment banners alongside Epic Guarantee. Good. Makes it easier to know where we're at. Elite Arena has been updated to let players change their lineup before the fight to begin. This was previously locked behind 800 Elite Arena points, but now is available to after 400. Great. Okay. Let's look at the bug fixes. Fixed Victor's Arena, 3 times rewards from last cycle Justice Gang event were not reverted. Enjoy a bonus week of 3 times reward. This will be resolved in the regular amount in the next payout. Okay, fix the operation handling error in the Hall of Justice. Okay, leaderboards. Okay, fix an issue with higher league. Recross succeed. Fix an issue with tutorial. Okay, fix an issue with wish pop up absent. Okay, these are small things. Okay, so they're just fixing some placeholders. That there's no real characters are fixing. Okay, that's all that's happening there. And then finally, I do want to go over there is the hit list. So I will say this, if you are thinking about pulling for Vigilante, now is the time to do it. You can get a free copy of him. If you get him to rank 7, you get a free copy. That's what I usually, if I'm going for an epic, you do it early, you get a free copy. That's what this is. But just take note, it's not by doing this one. It's not, you have to do all 9 to get the copy. FYI. Judge, jury, this is just Vigilante. This is that event, the battle training event. This is difficult. I will just say you're gonna have to play this one on manual. For the Superman especially, you're gonna have to play that on I haven't tried the guest identity yet. And then there's the new artifact, the screwdriver helmet. Again, the screwdriver helmet activates when the user's HP drops below 50%, granting vulnerability until the start of the next turn. If the user is attacked while invulnerable, the screwdriver helmet. So this is interesting. I'm wondering if this can proc more than once. You know what? We'll try it later because I'm gonna have when I get Bride, I'm gonna put on Bride and see if like I can get her HP back up, and then does that? Can it reproc? We'll see if it can reproc. That could be very interesting. Overall, though, do I think you need it? No, but at the same time, it can be nice. I think this is a pretty nice update. Besides the event, if they fix it in the event in the future, this was a goated update. As long as what I mean by a goated is like I like that they're adding characters and events now that we can play. I think their head is in the right place. I just think they need to tune a little bit better. But I think their head is in the right place. Like release events and not just characters. Like give us things to do with our teams. Overall, folks, that's the update in a nutshell. I did want to cover it because last night I just wasn't in the headspace to do that. Um, and I just also want to acknowledge that they did respond to us. And I think that's overall great. Let's see what they do with that information. Um, yeah, let's see what they do. All right, folks, as always, failing is just your first attempt in learning.